ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. శ్రీ గురు చరిత్ర చాప్టర్ 33. Next day, the young Brahmin couple bowed to Sri Guru and sat before him. The wife asked Sri Guru, "When I was mourning, a sannyasi advised me, gave me 4 Rudra beads, and asked me to tie 2 beads in the ears of my husband and to put 2 beads round my neck. He also told me that when I go to see Sri Guru, I should sprinkle the tirtha of Rudrabhishek on my husband's body and mine." Who was that sannyasi? Sri Guru smiled and said, "Seeing your devotion, I myself gave you the Rudra beads. Since do not touch them who wear Rudraksh." The significance of Rudraksh is very great. One should wear a vrat of 1000 Rudraksh. If this is not possible, then have a vrat of 108 beads round the neck, 40 on the head, 12 in both ears. The vrat should contain silver, gold, and precious stones as diamond, emerald, pearl, coral, etc. One who baths having with Rudra beads on his body gets the credit of Ganga bath. If Rudraksh is worshipped, it is like worshipping Sri Sivalinga. The Rudrakshas have 1, 5, 11, or 14 holes. I shall now tell you a tale in this respect. There lived a king Bhadrasen in Kashmir, and his son's name was Sudharma. The name of his minister's son was Tarak. Both were best friends. They were of the same age. Both of them had studied together. They were devotees of Shiva. They wear vrats of Rudraksh and applied bhasma to their bodies. They did not like rich clothes and ornaments of gold and gems. Once Parasara Rishi came there. The king greeted and worshipped him. The king said to the Rishi, "My son and Tarak both are best friends. They were of the same age. Both of them have studied together. They were devotees of Shiva. They wore vrats of Rudraksh and applied bhasma to their bodies. They did not like rich clothes and ornaments of gold and gems, befitting a royal family. Please advise him properly." Parasar said, "The account of the previous births of your son and that of your mantri is wonderful. There lived a concubine in Nandigram. She was very beautiful. She wore golden sandals. Her ornaments and her bedsheet was webbed with precious stone. She had constructed a high-class dancing hall where she sang and danced daily. She had many attendants. She tied Rudraksha around their neck and taught them to dance. She was a great devotee of Shiva and gave alms to the Brahmins and other profusely. One day a rich Vaishya wearing a Rudraksha vrat came to her. He had in his hand a Shivalinga of precious stones, which was as bright as the sun. The concubine longed to have that Shivalinga. She asked her maidservant to ask the Vaishya if he would sell the Shivalinga or he would give it to her if she accepted to serve him as a devoted wife for 3 days. When the maid servant told this to Vaishya, he laughed and said, "I would gladly give this linga to your mistress if she agrees to serve as a devoted wife for 3 days." The Vaishya then said to the concubine, "You are a prostitute by profession and caste. How can I believe that you would be honest with me for 3 days? Take an oath for this." The concubine took the oath, "I shall serve you devotedly for 3 days." He then gave the linga to her hand. "I love and regard this linga even more than my life. If it is lost or destroyed, I shall give up my life. It should not be with you at sex play. Keep it safe." She agreed and kept the linga tied to a pillar in the dancing hall. Both of them entered the inner apartment. While they were enjoying, the dancing hall caught fire and was burned in no time. Efforts to extinguish the fire were made, but the linga was burnt. Seeing that the precious linga was burnt, the Vaishya arranged a pyre and burnt himself. The concubine was much grieved. She decided to observe Sati, as she had agreed to be a devoted wife of the Vaishya. Her relatives tried to persuade her from giving up her life, but she was firm in her resolution. She called the Brahmins and gave money in charity. She arranged the pyre, took 3 rounds around it, and leaped in the fire of the pyre. Instantly Sri Shiva, with 5 heads and locks of hair on his head, caught her in his 10 hands, and took her out of the fire and said, I am pleased with your devotion. You are really a sati. You can ask for a boon. I myself had come to you as the Vaishya to test you, and myself set the dancing hall on fire, and entered the pyre and got burned. The concubine said, Kindly take me to your place with all my relatives and servants. Sri Shankar seated them all in his divine plane and took them to Kailash. Chapter 33 completed. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.